Hi everyone! Today I will show you a super simple way to finish a neckline and armholes with bias tape. Everything is easy and looks flawless, but there are a couple of crucial nuances here. Skip them, and the edge will pucker or stand stiff. Watch till the end so your finishing looks absolutely perfect. Before starting the finish, sew the shoulder seams and overcast the edges with a zigzag or serger. And here's the first tip. Make sure to press the shoulder seams toward the front. Thanks to this, they will be practically invisible from the right side. We will need a strip of fabric cut on the bias 2 centimeters wide. If you have multiple strips, we will join them into one long tape. Stack the strips together and trim the ends straight. Now let's join them diagonally. Place the ends perpendicular at a 90-degree angle and stitch across at a 45-degree angle. Trim the excess seam allowance to avoid unnecessary bulk, and press the seam open. Look at how smooth the bias tape turned out. Let's move on to the neckline. Place the tape right sides together with the garment, starting at the shoulder seam. Fold the end of the strip in by 5 millimeters and stitch all the way around. And now for the main secret to a perfectly flat neckline. Make snips all along the neckline seam allowance. The closer, the better, about every centimeter. This is exactly what allows the tape to turn over smoothly without puckering or pulling. Wrap the seam allowance with the strip and edge stitch just 1 millimeter from the seam line. Now on the inside, carefully trim away the excess tape fabric as close to the stitching as possible. The key is to work carefully so you don't cut into the thread. Turn the tape to the inside and top stitch 1 millimeter from the edge. Finally, give the neckline a good press with the iron to shape it nicely. Wow, look at how clean and neat that is. We do the exact same process for the armholes. While you watch the steps, here are 3 essential tips for working with bias tape. First, never pull the bias tape too tight or the edge will gather and pucker. Second, if your fabric is thin or slippery, make sure to baste the tape or pin it thoroughly before stitching. And third, always rely on pressing. A good steam iron can smooth out any tiny imperfections in the fabric. Look at how quick and easy it is to repeat all the steps. The armholes are finished, so all that is left is to join the side seams. Precision is key here. Carefully align the edges of the bias facing at the bottom of the armhole so they match millimeter to millimeter, pin and sew. Overcast the edge and press the side seam toward the front. To keep the seam allowance at the armhole from flipping out when worn, add just a couple of securing stitches right in the ditch of the tape seam. And that is it. Our work is done. Just look at how flawless and neat everything looks from both the right and wrong sides. No awkward bulk, and the edge lies smooth and professional. If this video was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Be sure to check out our other tutorials on finishing techniques and sewing tricks. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.